Oh, hey, what's up? It's 1:11. It's getting hotter. And I was just laying down after I walked to town and back. All I did was get mail. I thought it's something I want to talk about. I probably talked about this a while, but okay. But recently, I heard Young Don say something that Young Don is a YouTuber. I watch him all the time. He's great. But he said something recently that I want to kind of touch on and just address a little bit more personally, because it's personal to me. And I'm betting it's personal to a lot of white people. All right. So I'm thinking maybe I can add something to it and maybe articulate it a little better so that other people can understand it. I'm hoping I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'll just sound like another ignorant ass white person. I don't know. I'm hoping that is not the case. But he said something to the effect. I can't exactly remember the exact wording. But he said he was pretty much done with, he was pretty much on the side of, if you're not 100% woke, then I'm just done with you. And I think I know what he means, but kind of the intention of that statement, or the statement itself, probably will turn some people off. That it's a dangerous statement to make, because I think you're kind of turning away some people that would be on your side, basically. But I think I kind of get. I think I kind of get what you're saying, but whatever. That's not what I'm getting at. Damn. Walking in, it's supposed to be like 95, 96 degrees by 4 p.m. And it's one something, and it's just Texas sun today, man. Texas sun. Anyways, that statement that I talked about earlier kind of gets more into a more and more prevailing belief, I think, that's coming around these days. More and more of like kind of an all or nothing thing of not only within like black community, but also like in the left in general, among like lefty whites, where it's like you gotta be all not racist, or we're just gonna lump you in with the right wingers. And it's like, it is that kind of attitude that pushed so many people to like Trump and stuff in the first place. And you had to rely on other people, on people who had the brain power to be like, okay, so those lefties are just idiots and unable to be like, blue-haired, nose ring wearing idiots who don't understand nuance. Yeah, I went there. It's kind of a joke and a knock at the same time. That's what comedy is. Um, so I'm here to kind of say that 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 whole damn, it's getting bad. It's getting bad again. That whole all or nothing thing about racism is not really a good sales pitch because it's entirely unrealistic in America. I've said this kind of thing before that if you have grown up in America, and I know young Don is Jamaican, he's Jamaican born, so I don't know, maybe being Jamaican born, maybe he doesn't get this. I don't know, maybe I don't know much about Jamaica, but maybe Jamaica is like 95% black people or something. Again, don't know Jamaica, so whatever. I don't really know a whole lot about all the states of America because they don't really educate, you know, in any one public school. If they wanted to like give you a history lesson on every state of America, that would have to be every class you take from, first grade to high school. If they wanted to give you a decent history lesson on every state from 1776 to now, it would just have to be that's your class. So it's kind of impossible. The country is kind of too big, and it already in only 250 years has been around too long. So imagine European countries. But with the history of America being what it is, like I say, it's the whole. I just say, every American's basically going to be racist. I mean, I think it's hard to live on planet Earth and not be racist nowadays, especially with social media and stuff. It's just like, I mean, to have racism you don't even know you have inside you, quite frankly. Even if it's just a little bit of that kind. So, yeah. Um, and I bet, I bet if any black person ever watches this video, and it really goes, if they go into their past and they ask themselves, go through your past and ask yourself, did we have racist beliefs towards white people, Mexicans, Chinese people? It's like, come on. I know you had some kind of racist stuff going on in your life at some point. At some point, don't tell me you are like perfectly neutral towards everybody your entire fucking life. I mean, come on. You treated it, I mean, really. That seems like a total impossibility to me. I mean, I, I don't believe that. Every person goes through some kind of, I don't know, ebb and flow situation. Um, and another thing I want to say is, I think I wanted to say that, you know, this next part's probably gonna piss people off. I think softcore racism is kind of okay, like Dave Chappelle did on the Chappelle Show. Now, Dave Chappelle does it, and it's okay. It's comedy because it's a black person doing uh, racist skits about black people and stuff. So everybody just kind of like gives a pass to that situation. So, whatever. But I think also, and if I pause during this, it's because I'm trying to think of a better way to phrase things. I think we all can, we all throughout the course of our lives, as we're growing up, and we talk to more people, and you go through high school, you go through, you know, primary school, middle school, high school, maybe go to college, maybe you go to parties, concerts, whatever. You just bump into more people, you experience life and stuff. You get kind of a better sense of being able to tell if a dozen people spoke using the exact same set of words, which people were which people were saying those words like with hate, with racist hate, and which people were just like messing around. Like they didn't have any really, they weren't racist or anything. They were just kind of like joking or whatever. Uh, like they weren't actually like which people were like saying it and like they wanted to like put black people in chains and have them pick cotton and tobacco and stuff. And the other people were like, yeah, vote, have jobs, get married, whatever. I don't care. They're like, you are people. And the other people are like, you're not people, you're dogs. Actually, dogs are better than you. So it's like once you get to a certain age, you can just kind of be like, yeah, those guys fuck those people, and those guys are like whatever. So I mean, can't we all just like get to a point of reason where it's like, yeah, um, this whole the whole, and I'll use the N word because it's the easiest thing to pull out of the hat. But there are a lot of situations, and you can use the justice system as a whole. But oh man, the cop thing. Oh man, I could talk about cops for a half hour probably, just in a video unto themselves. But the N word thing is like you probably black people would know who is using the N word as far as I'm talking about just white people here, who is using the N-word in one way and who is using the N-word in a totally fucking different way. And I'm saying, why can't we just make the distinction between the two kinds of people? I mean, either we make the distinction, or how about nobody just say it? All right? Can it just be that nobody says it? I mean, can we just be done with the bullshit of, oh, it's a word of empowerment for my people? How is it a word of empowerment for your people? Because it was a word, when slavery existed, it was a word of, it was a word used to make sure that every black person knew their place. They were lower. You were lower than the dogs that chased you down when you got uppity and decided to escape the plantation. So why are you choosing now to make it a word of empowerment? That to me sounds fucking stupid. And on top of that, every time you say the word, you are giving it's like the argument of, oh, Joe Rogan gave Trump a media presence. It's like, yeah, exactly. Every time you say the word in public for everyone to hear, it's like, oh, so it's okay to say? I guess that's probably why they didn't want, it's, if everybody except black people, like, everybody except black people can say fuck. All right? So then, what is the deal with that? Making a trade. You can no longer say fuck. Oh, isn't that kind of dumb? I don't know. Maybe I'm not making my argument exactly as clear. I'm sure other black people have made the same argument that shouldn't say it at all. But the same thing. I mean, you don't hear Latinos just going around like, "What up, man?" I can't say the word, but it's spice without the E. And Chinese people going, my crack in armor. So why with the black people? Why are you choosing to preserve the word in the English cultural and whatever lexicon? Why not, instead of that, choose to allow the word to die? That seems like a better option to me. It seems like it's about time to allow the word to die out. The only way to do that is to, as a group around the world, to teach your children and teach yourselves to stop saying it. Or, and this is radical here, allow everyone to say it. Especially white people. If you allow everyone to say it, and more importantly, start showing everyone that you really don't give a crap, it will die out. It'll probably die out faster if, when people use it on you in that way, you just let it bounce off like nothing. Ghost people. Like the racist call you it, and you're like, you just ghost them on it. It'll probably die out faster. Just a thought. It's like when the bully is calling you, a name. If you just don't respond to him, don't play into the bully's game, and whatever. Young Don says, what you resist persists. So, there you go. So if you just let it go, then within a generation or two, it will be dead. That's how language works. The word will be gone in a generation or two. You notice that in Star Trek, nobody says that word. Nobody. Nobody really says any racial slurs in Star Trek. They just don't exist. The Klingons have them. They use them more as a way to actually get a rise out of people. That's it. Oh boy, it is getting hotter in here. I'm gonna have to turn the fan up. All right. I don't know what else to say on this whole thing, this thought that I've had before. I was going to talk a little bit about stuff that I did as a young kid with my friends, but I mean, whatever. It's not really important or relevant. Okay, whatever. Tax the rich, kneecap the rich. Tax wealth, not work, and boobs, people. Always boobs everywhere. Peace out.